Very auspicious day of Shri Krishna Jayanti. The whole world is celebrating in Mathura, Vrindavan, Dwaraka, and also throughout Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, in Udupi, Mahakshetra, in Pandharpur, also in Tamil Nadu, Mannargudi, and so many other Krishna Kshetras. We all are celebrating Shri Krishna Jayanti Mahotsava. Today morning, I have participated in a very nice function. Today is Shri Jnaneshwara Jayanti too. So a function was organized in Chennai about a very important content of Sant Jnaneshwar. That is Jnanottara Bhakti. It's called as Jnanottara Bhakti. It's a theological term in Varkari tradition. Of course, it's found in Shastra only. Nothing new about it. Neither it is totally old. That's how it has to come. Apurvata. Jnanottara Bhakti is nothing but Bhakti based on Jnana, Jnana Adharita Bhakti, Bhakti after Jnana. That's how it goes. There is another very important element found in the Gita. While we were contemplating about Jnanottara Bhakti, I also was thinking about some other thing which is a very epitome of Sri Krishna's life. That is none other than Jnanottara Seva. This is the absolute definition of Karma Yoga. Yes, few other definitions also can be there. But the best definition, excellent definition, the absolute definition of Karma Yoga is Jnanottara Seva. Service after getting established in Jnanam. As soon as someone listens to it, he may resist how this is possible. This may not be possible after getting Jnanam. How can one get involved in Seva? Whether it is possible or not, ask Shri Krishna. Or just see him as it is. Then you can understand. Jnanottara Seva. Don't get into some theological clutches that he alone can do it. He is the Lord, therefore he is doing it. He expects us to do it. Finished. Otherwise, he would not have advised all those things. He would not have given those messages to Arjuna. Arjuna is nothing but us. We are the Arjunas and Arjunis of Lord Krishna. Therefore, it's a Vidivakya. Not only he practiced it, he stood for it. He commands Arjuna to do that. Even though he says, Yatechasi tata kuru, whatever I have given message, it is up to you, my dear Arjuna, whether you take it or not. As you wish it may you do. He says, but if you see the next shloka, if you don't do that, if you don't follow my path, you will get destroyed. Finished. Nanyata itaha asti. Because the path is dharma. Here you don't have any option. Regarding any other thing you can have option. But regarding the human values, you don't have any option. Whether you are a jnani or not, bhakta or not, yogi or not. Anyone has to have human values. Only with human values someone can be a yogi or a jnani or a bhakta or a hatha yogi or so on and so forth. Otherwise everything is futile. This is the message of the Gita. Take it. When it comes to Jnanottara Seva, see, to understand Jnanottara Seva, first you have to start with Jnanam. What is Jnanam? Jnanam is of two kinds. We should not mistake one Jnanam to be another Jnanam. Jnanam is of two kinds. One Jnanam, the popular Jnanam, Jnanam of this mic, Jnanam of this desk, this is chair, Jnanam of this chair, Jnanam of the desk, Jnanam of, what is this called as? Stand and the camera, Jnanam of this pillar. Okay. Normally in the world this is called as Jnanam. And this is, in Vedanta, it is called as Vritti Rupa Jnanam. Vritti Rupa Jnanam. I don't want to add more jargons, but still to understand it's required. Vritti means thought, psychic mode. Vritti Rupa Jnanam means Jnanam in the form of thought. Vritti Rupa Jnanam is Jnanam in the form of thought. Jnanam in the form of psychic mode. That's all. But Vedantic Jnanam is not this. No psychic mode or no thought can become Vedantic Jnanam. Okay. Even the great scholars may misunderstand. If we acquire more and more scholarship, then we become jnanis, one may think. Jnanottara bhakti is not being a scholar doing bhakti. No. Jnanottara bhakti, which Jnaneshwar talks about, is not just being a scholar and doing bhakti. Jnaninam cha atma bhutanam. Okay. There is another Jnanam, it's a Vedantic, one is dictionary Jnanam, about which we saw. Jnanam of this mic, Jnanam of that stand. Another one is, if you discard all the vasanas, thoughts and the samskaras, all the psychic imprints, I alone remain. No other chittavritti stirs. Drashtu Swarupe Avasthanam, the core nature, me, I alone remain. Without a second thought, we plunge into us, Atma Nirbhar. Being in me. So this Atman is Jnana. And they call it as Atma Jnana. Atman is not an object to be seen. Okay. So Atma Jnanam means Atman is equal to Jnanam. Atman itself is Jnanam here. See, in that case, the self always exists, which means Jnanam always, if Atman is equal to Jnanam, Jnanam always exists. Then what's the need of trying to get Jnanam and all? Very importantly, we have to understand. Please be attentive. What? See, What we should not have, that also is very important as what we should have everywhere. That is why I gave a lecture in previous conference. What is not in Valmiki's Ramayana. That's a very important Vishaya we need to understand. When we have to learn Upanishads, we should understand what is not in Upanishads and what is not in the Gita, what is not in Krishna. That aspect also is very important. What is Krishna is extremely important. What is not in Krishna is also very important. And here is a motto of our school. It appears to be a negative motto. Unlearn. Neti neti tyadesha. Unlearn. Okay. What is not in Krishna? Krishna himself talks about it. Adharma is not in Krishna. Okay. If someone associates adharma with Krishna, it is a blasphemy. It's a treachery. If a theist does it, it's a treachery. If an atheist does it, it's a blasphemy. Treachery is more dangerous than blasphemy. Okay. So coming back to the point, in the same way, what is not in Ramayana, in the same way, what is not Atman, this education Vedanta gives, and these adjuncts are dispelled, right? These adjuncts are discarded. To remove these adjuncts, to discard these adjuncts, to disassociate these adjuncts from that Atman, in theory, Vedanta is required. In practice, yoga is required. Okay. And we stand by that in Chittavritti Nirodha, Swarupa. You may call it as Atman, or you may call it as Jnanam, you may call it as Moksha, or you may call it as Samadhi, so on and so forth. Next to Samadhi, what? Next to Atman, next to Jnana, next to Moksha, what? Service. This is the philosophy of Krishna, for which he lived throughout his life. Okay, that's a very important thing. This is called as Jnanottara Seva, for which he himself is role model. He dedicated his whole life for that. He was not born with a silver spoon, but with a golden spoon, decked with diamonds. What is that golden spoon? It is nothing but his own lovely parents, their devotion, their affection, whether it is Vasudeva, Devaki, or Yashoda, Nanda. And he preferred to spend his childhood days in cowshed with the cowherd boys. Okay. He was chasing cows, and due to some foreign invasions and influence, nowadays we may look down at chasing cows. Madu mekadan layaki. But the Lord had chosen that as his occupation, Karma Yoga. He was chasing cows after getting Jnana. To him, there is nothing called getting Jnana. Okay. Being in Jnana, I have to tell like that. From his birthhood, Birthhood? From his birth. There is no sadhana phase in the life of Krishna. He was born with jnana, that's all. Therefore, after doing sadhana, he got jnana, then he developed seva. It's not like that. Okay, being in jnana, he was chasing cows, not only cows, ajaha, gavaha, mahishascha. He was chasing buffaloes, he was chasing goats. Yeah. And whatever issues, whatever problems the cowherd society, cowherd folk had, all those things he solved. He was a very hard worker. So many issues they faced, and all those things he solved. And then he came to Mathura. With a very great effort, he destroyed the evil forces in Mathura and he established Dharma. Interestingly, he did not get coronated there. He coronated only Ugrasena. He wanted to expand the kingdom and improve, develop the kingdom. Therefore, he changed the capital to Dwaraka. We all should go to Dwaraka. Nityam Sannihitaha Tatra Radachodurai. Kalyanaraj always resides there in the temple of Dwaraka, Dwarakadish Mandir. And I hear that nowadays some facilities are going to be made to enter into the sculptures of Dwaraka which have fallen down, drowned into sea. Okay, that great Dwaraka, he established this wonderful kingdom with his own uraip, with his own great efforts, effortlessly. There also he made Ugrasena the king, not himself. And so many people were suffering with so many things. Like several hundreds of kings were imprisoned by Jarasandha. They were released by Shri Krishna. And several women, thousands of women were suffering by Narakasura. They were imprisoned by Narakasura, Sri Krishna. He released all of them. He gave the life to all of them. Pandava family was suffering like anything. Sudama is a sample. There were 1,000 Sudamas who were served by Krishna. 1,000 Shrutadevas who were served by Krishna. 5 Pandavas, the great Pandavas, by establishing whom, by Yudhishthira, by establishing whom, by installing whom as king, Dharmarajya can come, Ramarajya can come. That he did with a very great effort. Kaivartakaha Kesavaha. All these things he did without a least of expectation. He is not bound. He is not bound to work. Neither he is bound not to work. He is not bound to work, neither he is bound not to work. So, Name partasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana na anavaptam avaptavyam vartayevacha karmani. No bondage or no imposition upon him. He is free of all activities. He doesn't have asakti, strong egoistic attachments to these activities, and in no way he is going to get benefited at all by anything he does. Yet he continues his service on and on and on and on. For this he has become our national hero, the divine, the incarnation, And we need to have his message and life in our heart. As he worked, we also should work without getting bound to the action. Yogastha kuru karmani. We may not be realized souls, so we may not have Jnanottara Bhakti, which he has. Jnanottara Seva. See, this Seva is wonderful. Even after getting Jnana, one can continue with Seva. Being in Jnana, Krishna serves. Being in Jnana, Krishna serves. Whether we have attained Jnana or not, we can serve the mankind, we can serve the society, we can serve the animals, birds, we can serve the plants. All these things we can do. For what? For Chitta Shuddhi, purification of heart. By purification of heart, we get established in our Swarupa. Getting established in our Swarupa, we continue the service. So service is the beginning, service is the end. Service is a flow. Service has to be inseparable from our life. Okay. Shri Krishna's Seva is Jnanottara Seva. Our Seva can be a Jignyasusu Seva, a spiritual aspirant's Seva, and in both the ways service excels. And this is the message which we get from his teaching and his life, and may we follow this to get elevated with his blessings. Jai Shri Krishna.